Hello and welcome to Deaf Mute Studio. In this knee-jerk spoiler-free review, I'm going to be talking about Last Night in Soho. Let's have it. An aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker. Last Night in Soho is Edgar Wright's latest film, and he's a filmmaker that oozes confidence and obsession for cinema. With each film he makes, he seems to be trying something new, be it concept, technique or genre. He's done zombie apocalypse, police drama and alien invasion for the Cornetto trilogy, and you'd think from the success of these films that these are the kinds of films we'd get from Edgar Wright for the foreseeable future. And as much as I am a fan of these films, well, with the exception of The World's End, I did begin to think, is Edgar Wright a one-trick pony? Although I'm not knocking it, but since then his scope and style have progressed. He still has certain signatures, such as crash zooms, needle drops, whip pans, etc. to his work, but he doesn't seem to be as over-reliant on them as he was with his earlier work. They're still part of his repertoire, but he seems to be more subtle about it in Last Night in Soho. Instead concentrating on in-camera trickery, using smoke and mirrors rather than relying on CGI to cut corners. And in that sense, Last Night in Soho is on another level, with an abundance of awe-inspiring how the f*** did he do that moments. It's this level of technical daring and confidence that makes Edgar Wright one of the best filmmakers around. Watching Last Night in Soho, you're watching a man who relishes challenging himself, constantly honing his skills and trying to give the audience something new to marvel and wonder at. That's not to say that the film is perfect. I do have a few issues with it in terms of characters and pacing. I can't go too much into the character side of things without going into spoiler territory, but I found some of the characters one-dimensional and in some cases annoying and tedious. I also felt that the runtime was overly long, with the pace becoming stagnant in its repetitiveness. There's a strong Me Too theme throughout the film, which I was fine with until a certain point where I thought the film sacrificed its characters' motives and common sense in order to sell that theme. It's more of a supernatural murder mystery with horror elements than a flat-out horror, but that's not a negative. It's an exceptionally well-made film with great performances and an absolutely outstanding soundtrack. It's not my favourite Edgar Wright film, but it is really impressive and I'd have no qualms in watching it again. So if you've watched Last Night in Soho, what do you think? Do you agree with my initial thoughts? Let me know in the comments section and social media. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, thanks for watching. Ta-da.